Because like the guy that trained me to be, two people trained me to be a designer, and it's funny because like some of the things they picked up on were a lot of the things I now pick up on with other people, and it is those little things because that's all about how things feel. But it's funny like when you are managed by someone who isn't a designer, they literally always ask the same question: does it matter? Yeah. Why? I can't explain why. It just does, and it'll be right. Trust me, when it goes, it'll be right. You'll never be able to tell because you're not going to put out the wrong version, and compare it to the other one to see what the effect is. Or sometimes you do if you get a second chance at something, but it's impossible to explain sometimes because it's just instinct. And when you start to kind of hone that instinct, you just know what needs doing. But you can't always explain it. It's just a feeling, and the thing is, it's the feeling that it then gives other people because it feels right.
Yeah, no, there is a thing about that. And I mean, everybody has a different version of what feels right to them, I
Yeah.
guess. But it, there is a thing, like it's there.
Yeah.
And if you, I think when you pay attention to the nuances of things, if that's just, I think when you're a big fan of music or
Mm.
comics, like when you're into a hobby that really has these nuances that separate things from each other,
Yeah.
and you pay attention to that, it kind of translates even with your work. Like even for me, I see things at work where I'm like, you didn't have to do that. You could have done it a little cleaner,
Uh-huh.
used less fittings. Like, why is that there? Why isn't that there? You look at those things just to see how you would do it, to challenge your own brain. They're like puzzles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, very much so. Wagwan and Omni Bros. What's Wagwan? Are you having a moment, Bread?
Wagwan, wagwan.
What's that?
That's patois.
Is it?
That's like how Jamaicans say what's going on. Wagwan.
Oh,
Everything Irie.
I get
Everything
it.
Irie. Yeah.
He's referring to the latest episode of the new manga Spotlight
Okay.
omniverse
I didn't
thing.
I love Omega Bread.
If you
He's
stay,
such a mystery to me. He's such a mystery. He could probably be a villain running the world, and he tunes into this. This is his niche thing that he likes, and he probably like got his finger on the trigger, you know?
do you know what? He's
Who knows?
probably like they did a Thanos annual apparently recently, where it turns out every year Thanos taunts this guy called Dave on his birthday, which in a way it's kind of a funny idea, but I wish they'd done it with someone who wasn't Thanos because it just seems too petty for Thanos, you know. Um, but yeah, I think that's Omega Bread,
Yeah, I think so.
a
Could be.
godlike power that taunts someone called Dave and someone called Eric uh, every week.
But he's very complimentary in his taunts, I have to say.
Oh yeah,
He's on our side. That's good.
that's
He's
the only
got some
place you
finger
want him to
snapping
be.
powers. Oh man.
All right, I'm just
I
gonna
hope
pull
we
my.
don't have.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead,
No,
go
no. What
ahead.
were you gonna say?
I hope we don't double up too much because I think we might.
We
You're
might.
good.
Huh?
You're really good at spreading out the things to buy from other companies. I have a harder time looking.
Do you know
I
what?
can't find.
I was so close to being all DC this month because there's so much good stuff from DC,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it's
Yeah,
it's
there's good stuff.
it's really hard. So I've managed to limit DC to two.
What do Yansome, how are you, good fella?
Hey, hey.
I I got one,
Evening.
two. I got two DCs.
Have you? What are the odds? There's a lot of stuff coming out from DC again, though.
Listen, we'll see how it plays out.
All right.
I might have one extra. It's all good though.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Hang on, I'll
Yeah.
be right back. One sec.
You better not take my pics.
Turn
Um,
it down.
well, spoiler. I will say a spoiler before we actually drop the boom for our friends on the Twitch who hang out with us from the very beginning. Love you guys, by the way. Um, Marvel Man, what's going on? Welcome. Couple of the things coming out in August have been wish list items, um, repeat nominations on Most Wanted Omnibus for me. So, yeah, I'm excited about this. Some of these picks, but I'm always interested in what Dave has up his sleeve because he does look at across the board at other publishers. I don't know where he gets his resources, but I have a hard time. I'll be honest. I use Amazon for my search online. Um, I should probably use other resources.
I'll send you a link, dude. I should really check the
Yeah,
guy out.
yeah, because sometimes finding the other publishers isn't always the easiest thing. And dates switch around a lot, which kind of mess up. Like sometimes I see things that are coming out in the next month and then they're pushed back. And it's like, wait a second, didn't we mention this? Can I pick this again? Good thing we keep lists. Oh, his power lies in his fingers. Yeah, I'm excited for these next upcoming weeks because Superman's coming out this weekend, and
Woo!
it's nice to see there's a hopefulness in the air this summer, and I think that's good. That's a really good thing. And the I haven't heard any spoilers about any aspects of the story at all. I'm keeping my eyes closed and ears shut about it until Saturday. Um, I'm watching Saturday with mom, but what the comic book writers who've just said, I feel really happy and I enjoyed it. Like it made me feel good. That's what I want to hear. It made you feel good. That's how a Superman movie should make you feel. I'm bringing the family to see Superman tomorrow after I finish work. Can't wait. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, you bring. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Mark Wade gave it a You see, Mark Wade, if he gave it a glowing review, then that's it. That's it. Uh, big wish list item for the fans of the show that are here with us right now. If you guys message Mark Wade for us, because I've been asking him to come on to the show, tell him to come on to the Omniverse, because I would love to talk to him about Superman. Like it's a dream for me to talk to him about Superman, and I'm asking. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. We got Jeff Johns last year. Anything's possible. I'm trying to get Mark Wade.
Oh, balls.
Message. I saw that he read my message. Son of a bitch didn't respond. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, Omega. Yeah. Because there's nothing quite as easy as finding a way to let someone talk about what they really, really love. Like it's always contagious, right? So to have him talk about Superman would be a dream. It was kind of like listening to Ron Friends talk about comic book creators and stuff happening when they were. Oh, it's like you're like a little kid just sitting in the classroom. It's fun. I message Mark once a year on his birthday, calling him a poor man's music. That's great. And I think it would be funny to tell Kurt Busiek he's a poor man's Mark Wade. Like I think it's a great comparison. It's a great comparison. Yeah, I love both of those writers because their style kind of reminds me of each other in ways, especially in the 90s. Anywho, Kingdom Come, Marvels. Yeah, man. It's there. Boom. Okay. Now we could get started. We were waiting for Australia to catch up.
Down
We're
there.
international. Yeah, we're international.
Oh, sound check, sound check, sound check. Sorry, you carry on talking, dude.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Here we go. Can you hear me? BC, what's going
That's
on?
nice. I'm too loud.
Isn't it Friday already in Australia? Did you watch Superman yet?
Oh, it's very early.
Yeah, it is very early.
Must be Friday then.
Welcome, Senor Scrubs. How are we doing? We good to go?
We are. I'm just leveling a little bit. We seem to be peaking a little bit. But it's fine. I just need to not... I have a tendency again at the moment to move away from the mic after I've set it up. Which is really annoying. Because then I've got to fix it in post and it takes me fucking hours. Right. That's done, that's done, that's done, that's done, that's done. And The last thing to tick off is be happy. I have resting, miserable bastard face.
No, you don't.
I do.
That's not true. It's Friday. Are you guys going to do Superman review? Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about Superman. I think that goes without saying.
Will it be the
Whether we
first
love it
review
or
that I
hate it.
don't shit on a film?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think you're going to hate it. I think your girls are going to love it and you're going to hate it.
Well, I'm going twice.
And you're going to say, I dreaded the second time I had to go watch it.
Oh,
It was a horror. No, I think you're going to love it. I have a feeling you're going to adore it.
I desperately want to. I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are feeling hopeful, especially like I think the trailer says a lot about the movie. Just the fact that they put Guy Gardner in there, like you're going for something. Like you know something. You get it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You get it. You're gonna do something cool here. So, anyways,
DNW. Oh no. If it ends up being another Deadpool and Wolverine or Guardians 3 review, maybe we'll just do it on the live and it'll never see the light of day after that.
maybe I'll do an audio review with someone with someone else. I will just do an audio only podcast.
I promise not to
If
shit
they
on
think
it. I'll just nod and
it's
smile
okay.
all the way through. Yeah.
No, I like when you shit on
Yeah.
it. I know it's better if you do. I don't mind. Okay, I can't go. Okay. Shall we drop the
Let's do
boom?
it. Let's do it.
Okay. Any mailbags this week?
No ball bags. Oh, we didn't mention hitting the 1,000 last week, but are we saving that up for?
Yeah. Let's save it up.
All right.
Let's do a celebration.
All right.
All right.
Oh
Here we
shit! I
go.
just pressed something I wasn't supposed to. Give me one moment. 1, 2. I don't quite know what I did there, but it wasn't what I wanted to do. Okay, now I'm ready. Sorry.
All right. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and boom. Welcome back, everybody, to the Omniverse Comics Guide podcast. We are your Omniverse Comics guys. I'm Eric. That's my pal Dave. Dave, how the heck
How?
are you?
I'm very sweaty, thank you, sir. I won't say which bits are the most sweaty, but it's very hot here, and I don't like it.
It's very hot here as well, but thankfully we believe in air conditioning here. So right now
I've heard
I'm
that
okay.
that myth that exists.
It exists and it's not bad on days like today. But everybody who's with us, we hope you're keeping cool wherever you might be, and the weather is nice wherever you are. I hope the weather's nice, but you're also keeping cool and not getting any heat stroke. For those watching on Twitch, thanks for joining us. For everybody on YouTube that's watching, Dave's beautifully produced episodes, which are absolutely wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up as well. Please follow us on any other platform that you are listening to the podcast, because sometimes people listen on the train or at work. But please, most importantly, visit us at omniversecomics.guide, where you can get all your reading orders, all of our previous episodes, our creator interviews, our collector item specials, our manga episodes as well that we have. There's plenty there to enjoy. Check us out, omniversecomics.guide.
Nice.
Dave,
Hello.
are you excited for this? I mean, this is going to be we're at that point of summer where it really starts to feel like summer. I know you said you're hot, but Superman's about to come out,
Yeah,
and we
man.
got lots of fun comic books coming out in August.
Yeah.
So it's shaping up to be a fun summer
It's
of
good
comic
times,
book
man.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Hopefulness. We need some
We
hopefulness
need
out there. So
hopefulness, dude, and we're getting it.
absolutely. Yes. So shall we begin our incoming for
Let's
August?
do
Oh
it.
man. One second. I just got to check something on my phone, make sure all my things are put together in order. One second. I got my list.
Okay.
Do you have a long list this week?
I have the 5, and then there's some others here and there that appeal, but it's not as big as July. July was huge.
Yeah, July was a good month. I will say there are some items that are coming out in August that I've been waiting for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very excited. Yes,
Ooh.
I am.
Well, why don't you start then, dude?
Okay. I'm gonna steal one that we probably both have. Maybe, maybe not. But this is one that we've mentioned on previous Most Wanted Marvel Omnis. I've spoken when I've had the guest on the show, we've spoken about some of the stuff that's collected in this book, and nobody understood why it was never collected in an Epic collection or anything else. They've had an omnibus of what's collected here in and around, printed in Italy from Panini Books,
Really?
but they didn't have it here. Yeah, very strange. I'll cut to the chase. It's
Do it.
Spectacular Spider-Man from JMD, JM DeMatteis, and Sal Buscema. It is a sweet spot of Spider-Man storytelling following the Jerry Conway run on Spectacular Spider-Man with Sal Buscema, which I mentioned the Tombstone storyline that
Oh yeah,
takes
you
place
did.
in that run,
Hmm.
and this follows that right after. And there's some really, really key character studies within this collection, of course, with JMD.
Mm.
Like that's his specialty, right? But man, I've been waiting for this collection for a while. I wasn't sure why they hadn't put it out. So seeing these things finally put together, this is a good year for JMD. He's got a couple of things that have been released, are going to be released, and this is like the book of the year for me
Cool.
that I've been waiting for. Yeah, so I'm very excited about getting this in my hands. Was it on your list?
It wasn't, largely because, especially as you picked it before, and I'm pretty sure you did pick it before for Most Wanted
Yeah.
Omnis, and I thought, nah, that would be cruel to steal that from you because like you have
As long as it was
desperately
mentioned.
wanted this collection to come out for so long, very
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah, it's one of those books where it's like if I got to make room for it, I will. Because I'm at the point, I'm at capacity with a lot of things,
Yeah, me too.
but I'm also like, oh, I don't know if I can part with that because that's pretty key stuff. But for this one, it's like one of those, I've always wanted this. I got to make space for this one. So I'm excited, needless to say. I hope other people are looking forward to this as much as I am. It's cool.
Yeah, and if you're looking for, if you're a big fan of Craven's Last Hunt, there is a sequel to that story, as Eric's mentioned before, in the episode, which focuses on vermin. So this James DeMatteis, he's one of the greatest writers of all time. Always thought
Yeah.
provoking. There's another great key moment of all characters for Aunt May. So you don't expect to see big Aunt May moments. I think the first really big Aunt May moment was when she died. But he actually gives her a great moment. So there's some cool stuff. I can't remember who else. I think they've got the X-Men in here as well.
Hmm.
And there's a really big moment with the Green Goblin
Vermin. Yeah, big moment. That's yeah, huge, huge Green Goblin story there.
and not
The
Norman.
storyline, not Norman. Yeah, because this is taking place during, is it the end of McFarlane's time
Yeah, it's
or
kind of 92, 93-ish, I think.
so maybe just around the Eric Larson Bagley time on
Yeah,
Amazing.
I think so. Someone needs to put those issues in order.
Yeah, I wonder who could do that for us.
Don't know. I'll ask around.
All right, I think there's a site. But this stuff here, the story, like the narrative of this is very, very strong.
Yeah.
Whereas the other book was very popcorn and
Yeah.
Saturday morning cartoon appealing. Like it was a ton of fun, but this one had a very strong storyline.
Yeah.
Great
Is
stuff.
that your dog?
That is my dog. I think she is barking at the maintenance
She's
guys.
doing a shout out.
She's definitely shouting everybody out. She said, "Shout out Omega Bread. Shout out BC Scrub. Shout out Yansen. Shout out Eric's mom. Shout out Malverman." Who else? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's my first pick.
Nice start to the show, dude. I don't know what happened there. A little bit of a remix that no one needed. Do you want my first one?
Yes, please.
Okay, then you shall have it. It's Absolute Batman Volume 1, The Zoo, which is coming out in paperback and hardcover, standard sized hardcover. This is Scott Snyder, Nick Dragotta, Frank Martin, and it's spinning out of the All In era of DC, which is from, I think, the start of this year. And it's set in the Absolute universe. So it's a very different Batman. There was a lot of controversy around the look of the character because he looks like beef. He's like a big slab of beef with that really unsightly, weird, chunky bat drawn on the front. It sounds like an oddball series, but there've been some comparisons I've heard with the Absolute books of people going like, "What is this? This reminds us of something." So because you've also got Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Superman out in the same month, volume ones of each of those, and there's bound to be some volume ones of Martian Manhunter, Green Lantern, and Flash soon as well, but probably in a few months' time. People are comparing this to the Age of Apocalypse because this is a world in which Darkseid has won. So Darkseid controls the Earth. And it's not the first time they've done that because it sounds very similar to what they did with the New 52 era Earth 2 title, where Darkseid won and blah blah blah. But this is keeping with those main characters, and it's given them a new twist. And even though I thought that looks, because it kind of reminds me of, you know, that really weird Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns cover where he's trying to, it's almost like he's trying to squeeze himself into the cover. It just looks ridiculous. It's almost that
Crunched.
level, yeah. It's almost like that level of chunkiness. It's huge. Like, how is this Batman though? How is the core of the character still there? So I'm gonna be open-minded and I'm gonna give it a fair go. All I've read so far is the one shot, the all-in one shot, which was a flip book, which had Justice League one side and then the Absolute Universe in the other side of the flip book. But I think there's something about a new continuity that feels like it's veering into the stuff that we really liked of the multiverse stuff from DC, which is like Injustice, DC, still that kind of thing. And it's telling an ongoing story. I don't know how long they're going to do it for, but I'm willing to give it a try and just find out. So I'm quite looking forward to trying it. That's my first choice for the night. It's 192 pages.
Wow, nice.
The 5th of August it comes out, and it collects Absolute Batman 1 to 6.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a little more cynical than you are these days, which I find your hopefulness refreshing. I might give it a chance because it's again one of those things where how permanent is this? And not to say that it's not good, but I will say cynically, I'm tired of Scott Snyder writing Batman. Like, it doesn't excite me anymore.
Normally doesn't excite me.
Yeah, like I'm over it, but at the same time, why not give something a shot if the storytelling is good, the art is good, and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's real cool, and it's good you put it on my radar because I've been kind of waiting for it to be collected to read it. I wasn't gonna go to the store every month to buy the singles for it.
No.
But I'm down for giving it a shot. And 192 pages is a good sample size. I like that
nice
as a
size.
trade.
Yeah.
That's a proper size of a 6-issue trade. I like that.
It gives you plenty to get into. I do have
Yeah.
to say that Omega Bread said I love Dragotta's art, but I really don't like his roided up Batman. His tits are bigger than Barbara Windsor's. I'm waiting to see his bat symbol pop off every time he stretches. It's Carry On Batman, Volume 1.
Let's give it a shot.
Matron.
Tell us how it is.
Absolute
cool.
matron.
Nice. Thank you for putting that on my radar. I
It was a
appreciate that.
pleasure.
All right. My next pick, as my dog is sending shout outs. It's another one of my most wanted omnis, this time on the DC side.
Okay.
And it is Superman related, of course, because I got to shout out my character every month. And it's the Superman Rebirth Omnibus from Dan Jurgens, Volume 1, collecting the Action Comics series during the Rebirth era. And that was, for me, an era, because I wasn't a very big fan of the New 52 stuff, all in all, of Superman. Some things were interesting, some things were, it was hit or miss.
Yeah.
And all in all, in totality,
fair.
where they ended, yeah, and all in all, in totality, where the character ends up, you're not really connected to him. You want the Superman of the previous universe back in our storytelling, married to Lois Lane. It was cool, him dating Wonder Woman. All of that was neat. But having him return into a Rebirth continuity, remembering what it was to be alive in the previous continuity that he's from, made for an interesting out-of-place Superman, but we all felt at home with him.
Yeah.
And this, written by Dan Jurgens, drawn by a variety of artists. I think Patrick Zurcher comes to mind. I can't remember who else I'm leaving out, but it really lives up to the moniker of Action Comics. You're right into a really, really big fight scene in those first 6 issues. It's a ton of fun. It ties in nicely with the Pete Tomasi run in
Yeah.
certain spots where they do some crossovers. I'm not sure exactly how it's all going to be collected, but I like, at the very least, the volume one aspect of it. It's an indication that there's a completeness to it instead of just trying to jam everything into one. I don't know if they're milking it, but there are some good side stories that, like bonus issues, that what's the word, add to the storytelling in this particular series. Dan Jurgens really does his thing, kind of proving that he's a quintessential Superman writer of his generation. 90s, the aughts, whatever it's called, the 2010s.
Yeah. I mean, I must admit, when I saw Jurgen's name attached to it, I think where we'd had some people that we'd loved on certain runs, like Chris Claremont, we loved his X-Men for years, and he came back and it was like, oh, this isn't that great. Sometimes creators returning isn't the best move. I really liked this run. I thought it was, because especially when it was compared with the Tomasi and Gleason run, you think like, okay, well, I hope this can at least equal it, you know. And it was great, and I like the way that it focused on the Superlex stuff. They didn't just toss that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they ran with it. And it's just, I loved the Superlex era. I absolutely loved it. There was just something really, really cool and fun about it. Also, this does include the Superman Lois and Clark miniseries that kind of brought those characters back.
Yes. That's a great series. Lee Weeks is the artist on that.
Yeah, Lee Weeks is great, man. He doesn't get half enough credit.
It's great that they're including that because it really brings the story properly together.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And also the Convergent Superman 2-issue series, which is the one
Yeah.
I think that's where John Kent is introduced.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that it's this is vital. Like I mean, I've got the deluxe editions, and I was thinking like, well, I've got them, it's fine. But this actually includes so much stuff. So it's got Action Comics 957 to 976, but it's also got all this other stuff too, including Justice League number 52, which is what leads into this series. You know, so and that's not. I can't think where else that's collected, but it's not collected in with the Justice League Omni. I don't think, because Jeff Johns
I
didn't
don't
write
think
it.
so.
So there's a real benefit to picking this up if you're a completist, because this has a lot going for it.
Yeah, this is another one I'm really excited about because they were putting out all kinds of different things from New 52 era, Rebirth era, and stuff that was deserving of it in and of itself. But then there were things where I'm like, this was good stuff. It was praised. It was, and there's a market for this character. If you
Yeah,
put this out there, this is something that people will get, and it's worthwhile to collect like this. So when they put things like the Spider-Man Omni we mentioned, or this one, the weight, I'd love to understand what the holdup is with some stuff and why some things get pushed out
yeah, I
so
don't know.
quickly. It's strange, but this one I'm really happy they finally put it together,
Yeah,
and it seems, as you like to put it, well mapped.
screw you, buddy.
Magellan. So that's my number two.
That's a great number two, and I do
Thank
like
you.
a good number two as well, you know.
Who
So
doesn't?
I'm going to move on to mine, which is the Stone Shore Register, which is a trade paperback. It's from Dark Horse Stroke Berger Books. It's Karen Berger. Is it Karen Berger? It is, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
She is now with Dark Horse, and she's kind of doing her Vertigo type thing with them, and has been for a few years now. So
Invisible Kingdom. What is a
Invisible
Burger
Kingdom
book?
is a burger book. There we
Yes.
go. There was The Seeds with Anne Nocenti and David Ayer. There's
Yep.
been a few really interesting books that have come out from there. But this is another one, and it's by G. Willow Wilson, and the art is by M.K. Parker, who I've written Parker. Have I done that wrong? It's probably Parker. Hang on, let me just, my Mac's being weird. And the art is by M.K. Parker. It's Let's see, it's 128 pages, and it's an original graphic novel in the true sense. Although the cover is really nice to look at, the interiors are black and white, which I was kind of surprised by. You don't see that as much anymore, but why not? I'm going to read the blurb for this one because it's
What's
all
the name
new
of the
to
book
me.
again,
So
Dave?
the book is called The Stone Shore Register, And it says when refugee and aspiring journalist Fadumo arrives to work at the Stoneshaw Register, she's entering a far stranger place than she realizes. At first, the colossal stone giant overlooking the rundown, seemingly ordinary Pacific Northwest fishing town seems like the only remarkable element. But he's not the only strange surprise. Changelings, Selkies, cursed ships. The bizarre has a home in Stoneshaw, yet no one gives it a second thought. But Fadumo doesn't just want to cover those odd occurrences, she wants to dig deeper, and what she discovers is a land so steeped to mysterious history, it will change all who dare to explore it. The big part of the appeal for me is G. Willow Wilson. I've never read a G. Willow Wilson book I haven't liked that I can think of.
Yeah, me too.
The art is great.
So far.
It's really nice artwork in there. It's really nice and detailed. So sometimes when people go, it's black and white. It's funny how people could be so put off, yet manga's so popular.
Yeah, yeah, no,
You know?
it's true. There's a lot of value. The black and white comics they do the trick.
They do the trick.
Read a Terry Moore comic.
Terry
and you'll
Moore,
be
yeah.
just fine.
Walking Dead is another good example
There you
of
go.
a black
Yeah,
and white book
exactly.
that sold incredibly well. But the art here it's a stunner, man, and it really, really works. But I know little else. I don't want to find out too much else because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But I'm looking forward to the 5th of August because that's when it comes out. 128 pages, brand new story. G. Willow Wilson, M.K. Perker, The Stoneshaw Register.
Nice. G. Willow Wilson, safe bet.
Yeah.
Safe bet. Again, Invisible Kingdom, lots of fun. Burger Books, they got a good thing going.
They have.
All right, my number 3. Before the break, one last one. I'm going to go with one. I'm going to go back to one of the characters I mentioned already. And I didn't mention this particular book last week because I saw that an omnibus was coming out collecting it all. And it is the Symbiote Spider-Man from Peter David
I thought you might.
that collects all the miniseries that he was writing during that time. Now, naturally, Peter David has written, like we've mentioned, some really, really great things in our last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't at the top of the list. However, it's some of the things that came out in the last couple of years. Controversial artist that was attached to the project, of course, Greg Land. But the stories hold up. And he has a very... Peter David showcases his ability to go back into continuity and use characters and storyline and plot lines that have never been addressed and finds a way to do like an untold tale of Spider-Man take during the symbiote era that doesn't ruin anything. It kind of just adds to it and also finds a clever way to tie it into what was happening with the Venom stuff, which I didn't read, but reading this, I'm like, this is pretty cool that he found a way to tell some of these stories and bring us back to a time of like, this is, him and Black Cat still being a thing.
Yeah.
So it's a fun book. It's his more recent work, and it's Peter David on Spider-Man. I mean, he's pretty good at writing Spider-Man. You know how I feel about him and his Spider-Man stories.
Oh, yeah. If you don't know how
episode.
Eric feels.
Check out our Peter David episode.
Uh-huh.
Spoiler. All right. That's my number 3.
It's a great book. It's a great choice. And you're right, the way it fills in those gaps, it's a pain in the ass for someone who does reading orders to try and fit in new stories if people don't do it
I imagine.
properly. But he does do it properly. He did do one thing where he went, I've got a really good idea for one, but I know that the continuity is going to be a bit squiffy. Does anyone mind? And people just kind of went, no, just tell us. Just write more Spider-Man for you, David. So he did.
Right?
But hey, you know what? If it's fun, who cares?
Yeah, and I mean, I wish this would have come out while he was still with us, but I'm happy that we can celebrate his career by having these things collected in ways that are that properly honor his body of work, right? And this is one that's an easy one to put together. It's a nice thing to read, right? It's much easier to read it this way. And I didn't mention what's included, but it's Symbiote Spider-Man 1-5, Absolute Carnage Symbiote Spider-Man. All of them are Symbiote Spider-Man titles. Yeah. Alien Reality 1-5, King in Black 1-5, Crossroads 1-5, and 2099 1-5. That seems like a lot more included than what the page count says. It's 632 pages, but that's what, 25 issues. That's a good Omni.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
good.
I like a that's a good Omni.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be in my shopping cart and coming home to me.
You're making me want
Yeah.
it.
That's the point.
That's the
We're
point.
doing our job.
That's the point.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take us to the break.
Okay, ad break time. Bear with me. Oh, that seems like a hell of a list, so just hang in there. Yeah, when I get to the end of podcasts, that is the end, I promise. Sorry, I'm going to try and do this fairly quickly. Dude, do you want to know what's
Yes.
new to the Omniverse?
I'd love to know what's new to the Omniverse. Tell me.
Let's take a little look. Character reading orders. We've got Doom 2099, the future incarnation of Doctor Doom, getting the spotlight, and his reading order covers 1992 to 1997 of those original 2099 books. Event reading orders. The post-crisis problems surrounding Superman and the Legion of Superheroes are addressed very strangely in 1987's A Twist in Time. Superman faces off against not one booster goal but two in Invasion from Dimension X, also from 1987, and jump ahead to 1997 when Superman's put through his paces against the Superman Revenge Squad in the crossover of the same name. From Marvel, we've gone cosmic with the classic Thanos event, The Final Threat from 1977, ending
Great
that
story.
whole saga and the end of Thanos. He's definitely not coming back after that. Infinity Gauntlet. And Annihilation from
What'd you say?
2006, nothing, has had an upgrade as well to meet the
Nice.
Omniverse standard. Background reading, you can jump into Official Handbook of the Marvel Universe, Book of the Dead, Where Are They Now?, which focuses this time on Baron Blood. And podcast and video, see which new releases caught our eye in July with our incoming episode for that month. Word Burglar returns to the Omniverse to talk about his
Yes.
Kickstarter, Word Burglar Rhymes with Comics, which has actually trounced its target now. So,
Check it out.
yeah, well worth a look. Make sure you take a look. If you're not sure what it even is, go listen to the interview or watch it. Raf rejoins us for the latest New Manga Spotlight episode with 3 recommendations from the third quarter of 2025. And finally, we have a video exclusive episode, our first actually, Bonus Time with Ron Friends, which delves into the controversial climax to the 80s Hobgoblin saga. Wicked
Yeah,
wow.
check that out. Yeah, that's a fun one. I'm so happy. That was our bonus little postscript on the podcast. I was so happy he stuck around for that because I'm like, I need to know about what happened.
It's good to have that take as well, isn't it? And he handles it deftly.
It's so good. Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, are we back into the countdown or into the incoming
Yeah,
countdown?
let's do it. Right.
All right.
My number
Take
3.
us away.
Let's see what we got. Sorry, I've got something right in my throat. Give me a sec.
All the jokes I never make if I was at work.
You can do it.
Mom is watching. No, Mom is watching.
Block your ears, Mum.
Yeah.
Okay. This
All right.
one is from... So sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, this one is from Mad Cave Studios. It's Pop Kill by Jimmy Palmiotti, Dave Johnson, and Juan Santa Cruz. It collects Pop Kill 1 to 4. It's 144 pages. And you know I like my random stuff. And Mad Cave seems to be doing some really interesting books. They've got some licensed stuff like Flash Gordon, Defenders of the Earth, and that kind of thing. But they've also got some really interesting randomness from various other creators. I'm going to go for the overview on this one because, again, I haven't read it, so I don't know much about it. I just know that it's a 4-issue mini. Award-winning creators Jimmy Palmiotti and Dave Johnson deliver us an all-new graphic novel about what happens when the top 2 cola companies declare all-out war on each other. Imagine a world where the 2 dominant and competing cola companies, each worth billions, are owned by former conjoined twins who are now separated and have grown to hate each other so much they hire assassins, saboteurs, and espionage personnel to meddle with each other on a daily basis. This is the story about brotherly love run afoul and the people they enlist to do their dirty work. I like weird stuff.
And that's why you're perfect for the show because you give us the weird stuff. I'm vanilla. I'm just like, here you go. Here's another Superman book. Here's another Spider-Man book. I'm so interesting. And Dave comes through and says, check this out. Haven't seen this before. Watch this. and that's why they love the Omniverse,
Oh, it's good
right?
to have a mix.
A little vanilla, little sprinkle. You need that,
Am I a
right?
sprinkle?
You're the chocolate sauce and the cookie dough. You're all the good stuff in the vanilla ice cream.
Oh,
You need a base, but you need.
you gotta have,
I-
yeah. You're the classic. I'm the rogue
Yeah,
element that some people really like and didn't know they needed, and some people fucking hate.
and that's the key to success.
It is.
Yes. All right. Thank you for that. That's see all across the board covered. While I go back to a Marvel omnibus.
Why not?
But I will say this is another one that I think I had mentioned maybe years ago on some of our most wanted omnis. I don't know if it was when we did them on the Cave of Solitude or not, but this is a X-Men omnibus, all new X-Men from Brian Michael Bendis. I'm not sure how you
Ah.
feel about this era of the team. I was reading this kind of fresh while it was coming out. It was kind of what was going on at the time, but I was reading them as the deluxe hardcovers were coming out.
Oh, right.
And I like the I think I like the format that I was reading them in. I felt like I got a pretty good chunk of story.
Mm.
And I like the concept of a young team confronting an older team of the same characters to kind of see this is your future. What do you want to be what do you want to become of it? And it's a after everything that the X-Men have gone through and all the different time travel storylines and whatnot, what can you do that hasn't really been done? And this was a kind of a cool concept that Brian Michael Bendis came up with. I enjoyed it. Um, I know it's not for everybody, but that's what happens post Claremont X-Men. I think it becomes people love it, and then there's people who aren't a fan. They want it to go back to John Byrne and Chris Claremont. Like that's the standard, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool jumping on point, even if you're a little bit of a peripheral X-Men fan. If you do a little catch up, maybe with the reading order of an event that may have happened during that time to kind of see where the characters are set up
Hmm.
when this story begins. And then you can kind of go from there and know your character traits of the X-Men. And then they become their own characters from there in this storyline, right? The young versions of themselves of the X-Men team kind of become their own sort of characters as the story goes on. So that's part of the fun.
Yeah.
So it's cool that this is being released. Is it a volume one or is it all
I
together?
That's a really good question because I was
Let me
literally
check that
eyeing
out.
that up as well. Excuse me.
Let me see here. It just says, yeah, it
No,
just says the
it's
X-Men. It's the whole
there is
thing.
technically a volume two in that they're collecting is Uncanny X-Men by Brian Michael
Right.
Bendis omnibus. I wish they'd done them together and kind of merged them because they so closely
Yeah.
relate. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I
Yes.
know that a lot of people do badmouth this run. I honestly don't understand what the issue with. I think that was part of the Bendis bashing era where the poor guy
Yeah.
couldn't do right. But
Yeah.
I had fun reading these books. Like this was when I was starting to tail off from Marvel quite a lot. And actually, as much as I was cynical about the concept, because again, it's one of those things where you're going like, oh god, how does this work with continuity? How am I going to make sense of this when I have to do a reading
Yeah.
order? But they
Yeah.
do, and it does work. And
Yeah.
it may have been controversial to do it, but why not be controversial? Why not do something that's gonna grab attention and try something different? But I really thought they'd revealed they were from an alternate timeline at one point, but these are the X-Men from that period.
Yeah, it's so there's I guess what people may not like is the effect, like the consequential effect that some of these things may have on previous story, but you know what, it's all fun. You can cut off at any point when you feel like it with any continuity. If this is your favorite portion, you can stop there or just have some fun with it and see that's the fun of Marvel Comics. And
Yeah.
again, at this junction point in publishing time between both Marvel and DC, they were soft, hard relaunching both their universes. Like
Yeah,
this
so
was
this was
after,
just before Secret Wars.
yeah, like this was right after Avengers X-Men,
That's
which
right.
was
Yeah.
all new Marvel, and it was New 52 time. So
Yeah.
they were rebranding a lot of things and trying different stuff and
Yeah, they were
characters.
trying to give
There
new
was stuff
jumping on
happening.
points for people.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
it's one of those things where Marvel were like, we're never going to restart, and actually they kind of sort of did, and then they sort of pulled out, which I thought was a bit cowardly, unfortunately. After Secret Wars, I wish they just started over to this day. And instead, it's just this kind of constantly tweaked continuity. Like, shut up. Just start over and make them like the films. That's what you want to do. But yeah, it's an interesting time. And Omega Bread did say in the chat that the time displaced X-Men trope went on a bit long, and I really do think that should have been wrapped up at the end of the Bendis run, but it wasn't.
Yeah, yeah. See, that's where I think people kind of can ruin a person's time on a book, where you got to put the toys back in the box in a way. And if someone wants to revisit them, you can. But to kind of, I get it. It happens. That's what, even when Bendis was on Superman, he made certain choices that lead to, it's like, well, thanks for doing that. Now we can't get that thing that, we like Jonathan Kent when he was teamed up with Damian. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But all right, now he's a grown up,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean? But
I don't think that was his decision though. But I think, well, he did it on Daredevil and it worked great. But I think that if there's there's probably like with Daredevil, there was a handover behind the scenes. It was like, what do you want the status quo to be? Do you want me to leave it in a tidier place than this? And Brubaker wanted to run with it. So, because it gives him a great place to start from. Why? That's not how people's lives work. People's lives continue. And you meet new people, and it's not always at like this convenient time. So I don't have an issue with it. I think the only thing with the time travel stuff was I think it should have wrapped, because it was kind of done by the end of this run.
yeah,
The idea had run its course.
and even within the storyline, at some point in time, it does kind of feel like, okay, now I'm getting kind of lost. I don't know which version of this is who.
Yeah, it gets confusing.
That's the part where it's like, okay, I feel like we're cheating a little bit when it's convenient,
Yeah.
with the time travel stuff. But it's a lot of fun, and it's comic books, and it's X-Men time displaced, and you kind of catch up to everything matters that you've heard of, the movies you may have liked. If you've never read X-Men before, the movies you not like, and the things you know about the characters peripherally will all add up. Just give it a shot.
Yeah.
And it's all here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why not? I don't know what's taking them so long to put this out. That's another one.
I was surprised it took this long. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's other stuff they put. Yeah, it's X-Men.
Well, we still haven't. Well, I'm not going to say another one we haven't seen, because that's probably going to be on my list when we do our most wanted Marvel Omnis.
Okay. Here we go.
Just going to make a quick note.
Yeah, because they reprinted the Brian Michael Bendis Guardians Omni like a number of times from this era.
Are they? God.
Yeah, and they never did this one.
Yeah.
And that crosses over into this story. Whatever.
Yeah. I didn't make a note. I can't find my notes for it. Doesn't matter. I'm going to stay with Marvel for this, which may seem like a surprise, as I seem to rarely pick Marvel stuff lately. But I'm going to choose the least Marvel book I could possibly choose, which is the Nam for Omnibus. It covers 1966 to 1969. Collects the Nam 1 to 45 and parts of Savage Tales 1 to 4. This was a Marvel title. It was a Marvel. I don't think it was an Epic Comics title. This was a Marvel series, but it wasn't part of the Marvel universe, and it told the Vietnam story from the perspective of the soldiers, which admittedly has been done, but hasn't. To do it in comic form is very different to all the kind of blockbuster film approach. So I don't know a huge amount about it. I did read some of it. What's he saying?
Wow.
I'm so.
I had a feeling you would pick this.
Did you?
Yeah, and I was hoping you would. I'm like, Dave's gonna pick that. I hope he does, because I don't know anything about it, and he's gonna talk about it, make it sound interesting.
Well, I thought I'd put it on Most Wanted, but I don't think I definitely suggested it at some point, but I don't know when. But the art is on issues 1 to 13 is by Michael Golden, and that I remember from when I was a kid, because that was my first experience of Michael Golden's artwork. But he only does 1 to 13, so it's kind of known as the series that Michael Golden drew the interiors for, but it's just the first 13 issues, and then someone else takes over. So it's by Doug Murray, Michael Golden, Wayne Van Sant, and there's a whole load of other creators. Into Volume 2, they tried to kind of make it part of Marvel continuity by bringing Frank Castle in, except that's now considered to be a separate universe thing. So it's like there is a Frank Castle in here, but it's not our Frank Castle. But he basically sort of is the, not bothered.
I've never
about
paid attention to this, and it just sounds so interesting now.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what it's like because I read a bit of it when I was a kid. It was a backup feature in I think Transformers or something like that in Marvel UK.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was done in like 8 page chunks every week, but it didn't really appeal to me. I loved the art, but the story didn't appeal to me. But now the story appeals to me, so I do want to pick this up and have a read of it. It's a fair sized book as well, 1,128 pages, and it's out on the 26th of August, so towards the end of the month. But I think it'll
Nice.
be 2 volumes.
Cool. This sounds really interesting. Yeah, there's some things that you hear about, you see, and then when they finally collect it, it piques your interest in a different way.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, this has nothing to do with what you might assume. Like this is just a war comic, but made in the 80s.
yeah,
Michael Golden on the art.
uh huh.
Interesting. And not superhero.
Not
Like there isn't like a
superhero.
character you're following who's saving the day behind the scenes. This is just
No,
no.
I think there are covers later. There's one cover later on where they show Thor and Captain America and stuff, and apparently it's just that the soldiers are reading the comics at the time. So it's kind of like I think they were trying to get people to pick it up, but it had a lot of praise and hype around it at the time. But it was just such an unmarvel thing to produce. You'd think it would have come under Epic Comics or something like that, you know, their Epic line, but it didn't. It's such an oddity.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
The oddities are cool, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, why not? Hopefully it holds up as far as the story is concerned.
yeah.
We'll see. We'll
We'll
see.
see.
All right. My five. I'm going to be so surprising this time. No, I'm not. I'm going to go back to DC.
Uh huh.
Another Omni that I think is surprising why it has taken this long, considering all the other things that have come out. But it's the Tom King Batman Omnibus, Volume One. Again, I know some people really enjoy it, some people prefer Scott Snyder, but this is the Batman Rebirth era, collecting issues Rebirth number one, Batman 1 to 24, a crossover with Nightwing and Detective Comics, and then the Flash crossover in 21 22 with I forgot what the name of that storyline was called,
The
but it
button.
is The Button. That's right, drawn by Jason Fabok, which is a really cool little series.
That's a great
And
story.
then, yeah, and then the Batman Elmer Fudd special, which is awesome. So there's a
I
lot of
haven't
good
read it.
story
That's Lee
here.
Weeks on the
No,
art, isn't it, for that one?
yeah, it's a great story.
Oh, I need to read that.
I know that some people feel this run went on too long. They weren't happy with the marriage tease and all those different aspects of it. But there's a lot of cool story here. Tom King's a good writer. He introduces some new stuff, goes in a different direction than Scott Snyder did, which is good because that kind of left a really, it felt like an indelible mark for a while. Like he was just all over Batman miniseries here, this,
Yeah.
right? So Tom King went somewhere else with it, which I enjoyed that it was different and exploring the relationship with him and Catwoman. There's some really cool. I don't know if it's collected here. No, it wouldn't be. It'd be in the next
I think
Omni.
that's the next one, yeah.
Yeah, but there's some really cool thing. Yeah, and yeah, his run continues past 50. So this isn't your normal year or however they had most of the other Omnis. There's like a 50 issue amount of story that is collected between the volumes. But this one goes up to like 80 issue 86, something like
It's
that.
something like that. It ends with the City of Bane
City of
event,
Bane storyline. And
which is covered incidentally on the Omniverse Comics. One of the most popular reading orders that's been looked up on the Omniverse Comics Guide. City
interesting.
of Bane.
I've read this up to like mid 50s, maybe issue 60. I never finished it, but I did read the Batman Catwoman
Oh,
12
you did,
issues, which
yeah.
is kind of like a maybe ending to this. Like it could be, couldn't be, like it's hard to say
Uh huh.
the way he wrote it, but yeah, there's some good stuff here. It's a lot of fun.
I
Some really
like the
good art,
button.
David Finch.
The
Yeah,
button was great.
the
The
button was
the
good.
rest of it,
Not for you.
not for me at all.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like Batman Omnis, especially ones that have not ever been released yet, are always a good shout for because Batman fans are every nook and cranny in fandom, right? So seeing this finally be released, give it a shot if you like Batman. It is a fresh start. It is
Yeah.
the rebirth era, so it's not coming with a ton of baggage where You'll be filled in. You'll be caught up real quick.
You will. Looking at the issues collected as well, I'm starting to wonder if that's going to be 3 volumes, because it only goes up to issue 24 of Batman itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure 3 volumes.
So yeah, expect expect a trio.
It's an investment, but if you love Batman, I mean, I can't imagine. The one thing I don't like on whatever the cover is that they have listed on Amazon, it's I don't like that
That's not. I
cover.
don't think that's the final art. It can't be.
I I really hope not
Yeah.
because that is not selling the book at all to me.
No, they shouldn't even have run it.
No,
It's blatantly just a thumbnail, but
it's terrible.
it's not helping.
And no, I wouldn't buy that book just based on that. But the content wise, it's fun. If you like Batman, check it out. See? Who's cynical now? Absolute Batman. I'd rather read Absolute Batman than Tom King Batman. I don't want Batman to have a girlfriend.
Absolute
Yeah.
Batman would beat Tom King's Batman in a fight.
Yeah, whatever. Scott Snyder has every Batman in the multiverse.
Yeah, he does.
Ugh.
All right. Shall I close us off?
Close us off.
All right. I'm going to do it with a book I mentioned last month because it was due out last month and it's been pushed back to this month. And I'm glad I get to mention it because I love this series so much. So this is Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, Who Killed Jimmy Olsen, the deluxe edition. Oh, that's a mouthful as a title. It's by Matt Fraction, Steve Lieber. It's from DC Comics, obviously, and it collects Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, 1 to 12. It's 376 pages. Comes out on the 12th of August. It is... I've mentioned it on an episode of randomly somewhere before, but I just love this series, and it is a bit of an acquired taste. It's very reminiscent of the Silver Age Jimmy Olsen stuff. It refers back to that quite heavily. It's set in the modern era. It's actually set around the time, I think, of when Superman reveals his identity during the Bendis run. But it feels like it's its own continuity in a weird way because so much weird stuff is happening, but it is part of continuity. So Jimmy Olsen, it starts with Jimmy Olsen hooking up with somebody in the, what do you call it, the gorilla, where's the gorilla place where Grodd's from? Call it like the...
Gorilla City.
Yeah, Gorilla City. Duh. Thanks, dude. But yeah, it's set there, and he wakes up having married somebody, I think, or he ends up in Vegas, and then he's carting around the Dexter, the Red Lantern cat, for a lot of it, who's got the deadly vomit, and it just goes from weirdness to weirdness from there, and it's just great. It hops around. It tells you all sorts of stuff about DC history, or the history of Metropolis, and the long-running feud between the Olsen family and the Luthor family that I don't remember ever being explored anywhere else. So this, I think, is a new element. But it's just craziness, and it references even like the turtle story when he gets transformed into a giant kaiju turtle creature, as if that is now part of continuity. So all the kind of Silver Age stuff that people kind of go, yes, it's Silver Age, just ignore it. None of that's happened anymore. It's going, screw it, yeah, why not? Why not? Just have fun with it. And I loved it from start to finish, and it made me laugh hard.
It's quirky.
Very quirky.
It's a quirky. Yeah, you read it, you don't know what's going on, and it comes together in such a clever way.
Yeah, it's very smart. It's very smart. Well, because you've got like Matt Fraction writes. The way he writes is really, really clever. The way he brings his characters together is really clever. All the threads generally come together in an incredibly satisfying way. And then you've got Steve Lieber, who's kind of your kind of indie artist in a lot of ways. You know, he's associated with a lot of those kind of quirky, fun books. And he got this team together on a Jimmy Olsen book, and it's this match made in heaven. And I owned the paperback, but I've gotten rid of it in favor of this because it's earned its place on my shelf in this format. I want it in something that's gloriously collecting it in oversized. So
Nice.
yeah, 12th of August, I'm going to be a happy boy.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's it is one of those books. Give it a chance. It wouldn't be my first recommendation to a person who's never read comics before, but if you are a comic book fan and you want a real fun Matt Fraction story, also kind of in the way where it's not comparable, but the way Hawkeye was offbeat, off the beaten
Yes.
path and did sort of certain things in the storyline or in the way that the
Good
paneling
example of
was telling
fraction.
you
Yeah.
a story that you're like, why does this work even though it doesn't seem like it should, but I don't want to stop reading it because I want to put all these pieces together. It's like this guy's an Avenger. He was the leader of the Thunderbolts and West Coast Avengers and this and that, but it really does seem like this Russian mafia is a bigger threat than he's ever faced.
Yeah.
Why is that, you know? And they're very different stories, but it gives you a similar feeling when the stories come together. You're like, man, that's such a clever way to do that. That's cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, completely. Omega Brothers corrected me and said it's tortoise, not turtle. But they refer to it in the comics as a turtle
It
because
is
no
Turtle.
one
Yeah,
says
Turtle Boy.
no one says tortoise in America. I don't think. Like I think they call tortoises turtles as and because turtles for us are a different thing. They go in the water. Tortoises are on land.
Sorry, sorry, but imagine if it was Teenage Mutant Ninja
That
Tortoise.
would suck.
It wouldn't work.
I
Just
think
leave it
I
be.
think they are tortoises though, aren't they? Or they were originally.
I think so.
It just wouldn't work. I like. Well, no,
No.
I don't like tortoises though. I've got a phobia, haven't I? Because I was chased by one.
Uh, were you really?
Yeah, I was chased by one around a very small garden. I upset it, and it wouldn't leave me alone. It kept trying to nip at me, and I would try and get
No.
away from it. You think
You're
like,
like a big kaiju monster to it.
yeah, but like, it had no fear. It was like the equivalent of whatever hero character would be in that film. Yeah, it was evil.
Tor-
They can move when they want to. Tortoises, I'm telling
It's
you.
all a myth.
Yeah, that's the tortoise wins in the race,
Well,
doesn't
they are
it?
ninjas, right?
There we
We do know a
go.
couple. There you go. So it makes
Yeah.
sense. That's what a ninja does. They're deceptive. Nice list, dude.
Likewise, man. Nice mix. I think we've got a nice mix there. Some interesting stuff coming out in August. Actually, it seemed like a relatively quiet month, but actually, it's not
It's a
that
lot of fun.
quiet.
Yeah, there's
some
good
good
stuff.
stuff coming.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for it too. Um, I'm looking forward to the next upcoming episodes to follow this because there's so much exciting stuff happening this summer for Superman and potential guests. And we have 1,000 subscribers officially.
We
Thank
do
you everybody
on
for who's
YouTube. Yes.
yes, thank you everybody who's part of that 1,000. We appreciate it. Hopefully the next 1,000's easier, but we'll keep making good, entertaining stuff for you. And listen, the first 1,000's the hardest, man. It's not
Yeah.
easy doing this thing, and a lot of credit goes to you. My tip my hat off to you, Dave.
That's right, dude. Team Omniverse.
Tip my hat off. Yes, we need to get hats made so I can rock an Omniverse hat.
Oh, good shout.
Right?
Good shout.
Why haven't I done that yet?
Ah.
Dummy.
Did you have any spares?
I had a reprint of an omnibus that I own that I haven't read yet, but I always like to give certain characters a shout out when the opportunity arises. It's the Wonder Woman from
Oh
Phil
yeah.
Jimenez is being reprinted. Now we don't usually use reprints as our first pick, but Wonder Woman has a number of omnis out, but she doesn't have the library like some other characters do, where there's a ton that's printed for her. So when you get a good little era collected, it's cool to shout it out.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I wouldn't have mentioned this off the top is because Phil Jimenez has himself said that he felt he could have done a better job at writing it, but he's his own biggest critic.
Yeah, he's
But
his own
however,
biggest critic. There's a lot of love for that run.
there is, especially if you love the character. So that's why I wanted to mention it because if you love the character, you should pick that up, and it's
Yeah.
being re-released. And Phil Jimenez approaches that character with, as somebody like, oh, this guy really loves this character. Like that's how you feel, with the way he draws her, with the way everything's presented. And he said like that character is the one that kind of raised him. It was his
Oh.
hero from a child. So this was his dream project. So I always like giving those things a chance when you get to see somebody work on that thing they loved.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no,
Well,
absolutely. I've got that book as well and also haven't read it.
yeah, no, I definitely
I
intend to
will.
because I love the character, and Phil Jimenez's art is,
Oh,
something
I
to
love
behold.
his art's fantastic.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my pick.
I have one spare, and it was a bit of a randomer again. It was Sandman Mystery Theatre Compendium Volume 2. So we finally get the complete Sandman Mystery Theatre in compendium format. So I think it's 2 volumes. I think it's only going to be 2 volumes. And they tried collecting it a few years ago in a series of trades, and it just stopped. and now we're finally they did it again then as a compendium, and then we've waited quite a while actually for volume 2, and it's just about to happen. But I am looking forward to that, and then I want to do a proper read through of it, because that's like a critically acclaimed run by Matt Wagner on the it's the Sandman from the 40s, the Golden Age Sandman, but told in as a Vertigo series. So it's got ties, a couple of links in it to the Sandman, the Gaiman Sandman, but it's its own thing.
Okay. Cool. I wasn't sure the baggage that comes with that series and what you have to know, but
You can just go straight into the series, just read it, 2 volumes. You don't even need to have read Gaiman Sandman. You don't need to have read Golden Age stuff. It does it all for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Cool. All right. Another one bites the dust.
Woo!
Another one in the books. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit that notification button, a thumbs up, a subscribe. We really appreciate it. Let's get those subscription numbers up. It does make a difference. Share the show with your friends if you like what we're talking about. And please visit us at omniversecomics.guide. It is worth your while if you are getting into comics, you want to find some things recommended to read, you want a reading order. I haven't said it this week, but Dave's reading orders are second to none.
Oh, stop
Dave,
it, you.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Never a chore, my dude.
I know this is going to come out after the fact, but I hope you enjoy Superman.
Likewise, man. I really hope you
Yeah.
do. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
Compare notes.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Sounds good, everybody. Till next time, my friends.
All right.
Good to meet you. Peace out.
Later, y'all.
Later, guys.
I just wanted to say, Bread, Avengers Veracity Trap, I did notice that, and then just completely ignored it again. I don't know why, but I wish that I'd had it on my list now, because I love Michael Cho. But that looks like a really nice callback to that Kirby era Avengers. Michael Cho's great, man. Yeah. Oh, good shout, though. Good shout. But yeah, thanks again, everyone. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that rather than just ignore it. But yeah, have a great time watching Superman if you all go. And we'll catch up with you again next week. Peace.
Peace, everybody.